My name is John Griggs. I am a professional sports fitness and conditioning trainer. I presently work for Planet Fitness Corp, where I'm the head trainer for several of their Planet Fitnesses.
My name is Catherine Ann Griggs. I am the Senior Executive Assistant for Bishop Donald Hilliard Jr. at Cathedral International Church. I am married to John Ivan Griggs.
My lovely wife, Catherine Griggs. Well, my heart, my soulmate, my best friend, my not just wife, but phenomenal woman, wonderful mother, child of God, you know, that she is. And in 24 years that we've been married, August 18th, wouldn't want it any other way.
I describe my husband John as thoughtful, passionate, intense, and a good-hearted person. April 21st, 2013 was a Sunday morning.
It was approximately about 6 o'clock in the morning.
We were getting up, getting ready to go to church, and as we woke up, my husband kept stretching and saying his arm hurt.
But prior to that, I was having problems breathing. Woke up in the middle of the night, you know, continuing to have problems breathing, wasn't feeling good, got up, and then all of a sudden, complicated with that, was that I felt like something, you know, someone had put a house on my chest.
He kept lifting his arm, and then he said, you know, I'm not feeling well, so he went into the bathroom.
And still having the problems breathing, you know, slumped in the chair in our bathroom.
He began to sweat profusely, and then he started vomiting.
And at that point in time, you know, realized what was going on, that I was actually going into cardiac arrest.
That he was in the throes of having a heart attack
at the time.
And so I immediately called the EMTs, and that began a whirlwind of events for our life. My husband was 49 years old at the time, had just lost about 30 to 35 pounds, was in the best health that he's been almost since I met him, and we weren't prepared for this.
My wife, you know, said, okay, it's time. She called paramedics. Paramedics came, put me in the truck.
And they realized that he was in the throes of having a heart attack, so they transported him to one hospital in New Jersey. This was a hospital that we frequented whenever we got really sick. And so we went there not knowing they weren't a heart center. So we went there, went into the emergency room. I immediately contacted a good friend who's also an elder at my church, Dawn. She came to the hospital, and she was a support for me as everything was going on, because my husband was still in the throes of having continuous heart attacks. They didn't know really what to do with him. One of the doctors came in the room. She was very calm. She was trying to explain to us what was going on. And John kept looking back at me in his eyes like he's still in so much pain. And for the first time I saw my husband afraid. He looked at me as to say, I'm not sure I'm going to make it through this. They were going to take him in for a test. I believe it was an MRI. And all of a sudden, this very calm doctor, we saw a couple of the nurses run down the hallway, and then we saw this very calm doctor run down the hallway. And I took off running after her.
I actually was on the CAT scan machine and coded for approximately 30 seconds. I actually died. I was clinically dead for 30 seconds. What I could hear is, the last thing I heard was them saying code blue.
And they stopped me and said, you can't go back here. And my girlfriend was there and just grabbed me and helped me. I wanted to know what was going on. We eventually found out that my husband had coded on the table. And so that was very hard for me to hear and not be there with him. My husband and I My husband and I do everything together. So it was very hard, but I had the support, and it just lets me know about the goodness of the Lord, that he allowed my girlfriend to be there with me at that time. I didn't experience it by myself, and his grace was at work because God didn't allow him to code in front of me. I don't think I could have handled it to see him code. So my husband had 100% blockage in his main artery, and one of the cardiologists let us know that people never survive this. And he said to me on the first day, you should be very grateful because people don't survive 100% blockage and have a heart attack. And so the second day, he said you should be very grateful. By the third day, the doctor said, you just need to thank God that your husband is still here. And I do. I thank the Lord.
So I'm really, 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 really grateful to God that I'm still here for her, with her, and by her side.